Hey lovelies, hey dears, hey to my smart brown girls. It's an epic, well, I hope it's an epic return. It's something, well, we've all been missing. It's been far too long, and it is time for another Popsnark, where we talk about everything from the low brow to the high brow. As long as your eyebrows are on what? Well, mine aren't quite there, but we're gonna rock with it, cause girl, we ain't got no more time to wait. As long as your eyebrows are on fleek. I know it has been a minute, but please remember, this is a key, a good time, a great discussion. So pour your drink and comment along with the video. Subscribe if you're new here, and if you're missing out on my videos, hit that bell for notifications. Girl, you don't want to miss out, because we're getting on a roll here. It's gonna be good. To everyone else, welcome back, and are you ready? It's been so very long, but clink, 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 clank. Today we are sipping on, I need to take the sticker off the bottom of my ketchup. But this is a red wine. It's a cab. We're trying to do healthy, so I'm gonna sip slowly because I really shouldn't be drinking on this meal plan I'm on. But you know, for the Popsnark, taking one for the team, we are on it. Okay, so first up, let's talk about Braxton Family Values with the visit from Iyanla Vanzant. Was this the finale of Braxton Family Values? Girl, you know I'll only be watching when something like pops off. So our good sis, the unlicensed, not formally educated therapist, Iyanla Vanzant, landed on an episode of Braxton Family Values to gather the family that have almost all rid themselves of their daddy's Negro nose nostrils to correct their honorary ways. Wow, they all been those jobs, except for Tawanda. She's still rocking with it.
I need order, I need clarity, I need honor, I need honesty, I need respect.
If nothing else, Iyanla does make for great TV, and sometimes she does good work, but I really think she walks the line of harming folks deeper when she takes on people who truly need to seek therapy. Those are just my moral and ethical standards. So never mind all that. I want to discuss the antics of one very Pisces as Tamar Braxton. Sis was doing the pristine, absolute most, and that was the most uncomfortable, teary-eyed apology I ever did watch. But if it's real, if it's genuine, if that's what was needed to kick some sense into your ass, Tamar, I guess I wish you well, but girl, that was a lie.
Miss Tamar, I want you to breathe.
Tracy. Will you please forgive me?
Speaking of unlicensed folks making a career out of things they unethically never got the training for, I love the investigative journalism work of ProPublica, who last week published a very long read on the work of the More Than Me organization. Wait for this one. More Than Me is a white savior charity feeding into the for-profit crisis complex that sets its eyes on Africa. Because it's always more compelling to help people across an ocean where few can check in, check up, and hold you accountable versus helping your own neighbors. I mean, poverty exists in America too, sis. In this case, one young white woman named Katie Myers found her way to a community in Liberia via her family's evangelist pursuits, missionary work, where she set up a school, raised a lot of money, and employed a local Liberian man named McIntosh, who proceeded to, well, long story short, rape the young girls they were supposed to be protecting from the high levels of sexual assault that are supposedly the norm in Liberia.
Thousands of you wrote "I am Abigail" on your face and arms and even on your pet. You flash mobbed. You learned how to use Twitter for the first time. And you did this for Abigail.
And the recipient of the $1 million grant from Chase Bank is More Than Me Foundation. Did it.
So in the first place, they were protecting girls against sexual assault and then hired a man who proceeded to rape them. The long and the short of it is, this is ongoing for several years as McIntosh wields his power amongst a needy community. Katie has had an intimate relationship with this man because, duh, bruh. You know them white missionary women just want to get some black dick, trying to find a Michael.
Honestly, wow. USA, here I come. Donald Trump, I'm coming to see you.
Now that I think of it, I low-key know someone else who went and did like Peace Corps work, was significantly older. But look, if you need a visa, you need a visa. I can't even shame it. Whatever. But back to the story. So yeah, Katie had an intimate relationship with Mac. You know she really wanted a black man badly. But sis, you could have him. They ain't that hard to come by anyways. In the end, Macintosh raped over 30 girls and died of AIDS while in jail. So yes, some of these young women are now HIV positive. And Katie is still running multiple schools in Liberia. They went from having an apology on the front page of their website, when I checked like 2 days ago, to a blurb at the top of the website, to the claims of how strong their students are. Because let me tell you, no one wants to lose the millions of dollars in aid donated to African countries that are so often so easy to misappropriate. Keeping up with the African news, let's quickly talk about the country that receives the most aid from America, Uganda. The country received billions of dollars of aid, particularly for their woefully dire refugee camps, yet has one of the poorest populations in the world. I did a project last year on World Refugee Day, and you can very clearly point out someone who has gone through a Ugandan refugee camp versus a Kenyan refugee camp. Like, bruh, I didn't really know much about the refugee experience before doing that project, and literally it was mind-blowing. Because the ones that come from Uganda were always severely malnourished to the point where it stunts children's growth significantly. So the current president, or shall we call him dictator, I mean, he's only been in power for the past 32 years. Am I saying it correctly? Museveni, I'm not sure how to say this man's last name correctly, but Museveni is the current president who's been in power for the past 32 years, is torturing a young Afrobeat singer turned political activist who is utilizing his platform to speak out against the president.
Well, they did unspeakable things to me. They brutally arrested me, beat me, tortured me, abused me, and left me for dead. Well, I'm even talking to you against my doctor's orders, because to them I'm supposed to be resting. But like I've always said, the fire that burns inside me burns hotter than the fire that burns outside me.
Now, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian West are currently gifting the notable dictator a pair of Yeezys.
Oh, very good. These shoes are very good. They're for football or for what?
They're for going to the gym, but we're making new shoes that are sport football.
Yeah. You making them?
Yes.
Your company?
Yes. Yes.
Because yes, it makes total sense to ignore the ongoing international news about the torture of a political dissident, because wow, apropos of nothing, it's 2018. I originally just wanted to talk about my interest in risking a yeast infection to try out the problematic faves Bussy Boy soaps, but
Okay, so for the Bussy Boy contest, well, it's not really a contest, but for the Bussy Boy trial, your butthole gotta be chopped, okay? I don't wanna see no nice buttholes. Y'all sending me all these shiny looking buttholes. Your shit gotta be chopped, fried. Yes, I'm looking for the discolored Boochies. I'm looking for the Boochies that are just looking worn out, honey. Yes, I am looking for the light-skinned booty with the dark-skinned butthole, okay? Looking for those brown balloon knots, those black balloon knots, those purple balloon knots, okay?
Azealia Banks doesn't lay low for very long. Sis can't catch a break in the industry because she's always finding a way to self-destruct. And it's like, damn, shut up, Azealia. Like, that's so rude. I just be like, girl, simmer down, quiet down, lay low for a minute. But nevertheless, it's been an eventful summer with Elon Musk and Grimes, dowdy looking wealthy white people who it was fun to see Azalea potentially cause the pushing out of Elon from Tesla. To this past week, on a breezy weekday, Azalea was tweeting about Kanye, who we'll definitely get to the whole of him a bit later on. But she was tweeting about Kanye and about him reaching out to her and her keenness for the god-awful Candace Owens, as she claims to love smart black women no matter their politics. But somehow you can't find the smart black woman that would support you and help you do better and, like, you know, be there for you, but you could find Candace Owens. So while skipping over the plethora of intelligent black women who are doing the good work and are very visible on the internet, but then again, she tweeted about missing alt-right leader Milo. I ain't even trying to pronounce his rude-ass white boy's last name. F him. I guess it's just to the point where we really can't hold Azalea to any standard of moral ethics as a batshit crazy Gemini. It just is what it is. But look, it was a good key when Lana Del Rey bucked up on Twitter and told Azalea, you know where I live. Come find me, sis. And yeah, we need to hold musicians more accountable about who they associate with. But whenever someone questions Azalea about her association with, like, she's straight pandered to white boys. She definitely panders to the gay white boy crowd. She's pandered to the white fashion crowd. And she just always claims, oh, I was a lost black girl, I needed to check, so I did it. But then you want to lambast people, and you don't correct people in a loving way. And I feel like since you've had a relationship with Lena, since you guys did a collab together, y'all were at one time friends, there's a way to criticize and correct that person without coming for their neck. So when you come for their neck, I mean, I really ain't finna listen to your criticism when you come for my neck first. I'm a buck up and tell you, come find me, for real. Someone remembered a screenshot Azalea's IG stories in 6 months when she tagged Lena telling her she misses her and they should collab again. Look, making songs is hard labor, and I know sis wants to up that passive income with more songs to stream, so it's coming. And in all honesty, I really just wish Azalea would stop letting her audience of white gays boost her ego, that she would get a good cauldron of black women, because if you can find Candace Owens, you can find the good black intelligent women doing the work on the ground, who will give her the love and compassion she clearly needs while helping her to correct her politics. I get it, it's so easy to become Ankh-right and feed into Ashley Hotep politics because power is comforting. The idea that you deserve something over others is enticing, but we do so much harm in simply pursuing power as a false form of liberation. And I want to like Azalea's music in peace. Dang nabbit, sis, but sis, you just be doing the most forever and always. In today's time where the news is always stressing us out, we went through the last months of the summer watching the GOP push through another privileged white man onto the Supreme Court.
I think you've probably had beers, Senator, and so
you're saying there's never been a case where you drank so much that you didn't remember what happened the night before or part of what happened?
That's you're asking about, yeah, blackout. I don't know. Have you?
Could you answer the question, Judge? That's not happened. Is that your answer?
Yeah, and I'm curious if you have.
Now, as much as I wanted to check out from this, because how many reminders do I need to know how much this country doesn't care? And if anything, hates the intersections that I exist at. But there are a few things to take from Kavanaugh's appointment to the Supreme Court. One, support black people and overall a diverse group of people like disabled people, queer people, non-Christian people. You get what I'm saying? Support them into law school. Academia is expensive for many of the communities we come from, and it's not getting any cheaper. Law school is very expensive. There are so many ways to support people through law school. Whether it starts in elementary or high school or college, whether it's donations, money, food, access to leadership programs, groups that can help make whatever happen, every little bit counts. 2, support people doing the work on the ground, and particularly for black women, support them running for local elections. School board, county commissions, local municipal elections, do it. If you see someone out there with great leadership qualities, support them advocate for them, encourage them to run for office. 3, pay attention and vote for your local judges. If we can be stronger as a community, in part, we can offset some of the harmful policies the federal government puts out. With the orange popsicle in the White House, it feels like the Supreme Court is more powerful than it really is. But do remember that your state and county government can undo and water down any scoutish judgment. The GOP has been doing this for years. Look at the Affordable Care Act and how different it is from state to state. Now, while a white man is accused of sexual assault and given a lifetime placement on the highest court, the black man, Bill Cosby, has been sentenced to jail. All I have to say to this is we should never strive to be as horrible as the oppressor. Cosby got what he deserved, and the justice system should be just as damning to all the white men coming up behind him. I said what I said. With all the political talk, the Serial Podcast is back with a season 3, and I love it. I was not too keen on season 2, but this season they camped out in the Cleveland, Ohio court system with unprecedented access. And boy, let me tell you, do I enjoy frustrating the ish out of myself every Thursday morning with a new episode that shows just how perilous and corrupt our criminal justice system is to not only black people, but the poor community at large, but even more so, to black people. Cuyahoga, however you say it, county courts is a whole ass mess. Episode 2 of this season with Judge Gall, I wanted to smack somebody, particularly smack the shit out of that dude. Honestly, just bring the whole system down. That's the only reform I want to see. This season's good, go listen. Some better news, though not without controversy because Rahm Emanuel can't ever have clean hands, but Jason Van Dyke, the officer who killed Laquan Smith by shooting him 16 times, was found guilty of second-degree murder and 16 counts of aggravated battery in Chicago courts. It's a first among too many police officers who have gotten away with murdering black people. Like, to take it back to Cuyahoga County, where the officer who killed Tamir Rice was hired at an Ohio suburb police station, though he went on to rescind or turn down or whatever, cancel the offer. I guess he rescinded his application, likely because word got out about them hiring him. And well, in this day and age, people are liable to take things into their own hands. And well, all right, let's kick this mood up and talk about some messy, I'll bet, old, but likely never ending news. Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj.
Wait! What is the tea? The girls are fighting! No! The girls are fighting! Why?
I'm happy Nicki has a new weave applier because the look's been cute, but she really has really got to get together with the way she accosts other women, but so readily forgives the men that throw her under the bus. Hello, Quavo. I can't pronounce nothing tonight.
Shake it like it, shake it like it. If I hurt your feelings, I am truly sorry. I'm straight out the jungle, no safari. Bust that ass shake it like it.
Now, Cardi being set off because Nicki liked a tweet, it's a bit much. Sis, you are way too easy and really need better handlers if it is that easy for you to become aware of a liked tweet. I get it, the hate surrounding you can be fascinating if not addicting, but fighting over a liked tweet, if it wasn't an actual tweet or even a retweet, sis, I'm here with you. But someone had to have the time to go through Nicki's liked tweets and then bring it to your attention to set you off. Kick that person out your life, sis. The forehead knot, sure, will forever be iconic. Cardi's career will be fine. But I'm saying more from the point of both of these women's mental health, that whole situation was dumb as fuck and unnecessary. And for real, for as much as I'm inclined to chastise Azalea for her bad politics, Nicki Minaj's politics are just as bad. It really must be a thing going on in Hollywood, but like people become a celebrity, they get so much money and they lose all sense. And I get it, because all my friends who have themselves become Celebrities have all commented on the fact that you get around these people and like they have nothing to talk about. Like they be that bored with life, that uninspired. And I guess when you get around a crowd and you can always have a group of yes people and no one will ever tell you no, no one will ever tell you when you're wrong, no one will ever criticize you with compassion, especially if you don't have that good core base, it is so easy to, I guess, educate yourself from Facebook memes. I mean, cause everyday broke people do it, I guess you're doing it too. But that Harriet thing, the Harriet Tubman, using a quote that Harriet Tubman never even said, Harriet! Girl.
You think Harriet Tubman was walking around with a fucking nice shiny fucking dress on with a fucking crown on her head when she was taking slaves to freedom?
I just want you to let go. These grudges you holding against other women is making you look real dumb. And I want to throw a history book at every one of you silly hoes' heads. That's really where I'm at with this. Well, to close it out, let us berate Kanye West, who in 2018 is doing the most that I don't even think Big Burger's Air Horns for America can entirely encapsulate his crazy. I do not at all think Kim Kardashian is divorcing Kanye. She is too savvy and too quick with turning social media currency into dollars to go that route. Even as Kanye rails against social media and how it impacts our lives, as if his wife doesn't regularly tweet out half-naked pictures to boost her bank account. I am entirely annoyed by Kanye's fascination with, again, the horrible, the livid, she just makes my skin crawl, Candace Owens, and how he's made her more profitable as she spews GOP alt-right talking points that are nonsensical, that when you hold them up to the light, make no sense at all. And yet, he out here playing the ish out of our good sis, Tiana Taylor. Do better. You really gotta do better with the banging body, cause sheesh. Girl, we was all trying to find the nipples. We was all looking hard. But what was that SNL performance? What was that?
Let me suck your titties, baby. No.
Tiana deserves much better. The problem is that Kanye, like Nicki, is surrounded by yes men. Maybe John Legend challenges him and then laughs it off, but no one is really gonna penalize him as he rambles on about nothingness but how he deserves all the access and power. If anything, people tend to give him that power. Gemini is really gonna be the death of all of us, from Trump to Mike Pence to Kanye. I mean, Sagittarius really ain't no better neither. Nicki Minaj. But everyone needs a history lesson as they try to reason away Kanye's 13th Amendment statement. Kanye does not represent Black people. Stop erasing the work of the people on the ground fighting for policy changes that actually impact us. The people that are actually attacking the systems that oppress us, rather than those grandiose live TV streams of neurotic consciousness Ye be throwing at us. Ye meeting with Trump isn't going to do anything for the Black community. This is not how politics actually work. This is not how policy actually gets changed. Him going and talking about Chicago and him getting business opportunities does not benefit the Black community. It's dumb. He needs help. Kanye needs help, but I understand in the echo chamber of yes men, when you are famous enough to always be able to find a crowd of people that agree with you, it might be hard for that help to get through. And that's it. That is it. That is all, sis. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed this Popsnark. We are back. We're still gonna try and see if we can do this Popsnark eventually as a podcast, but girl, I didn't want to leave you too long. As I gather myself, as I get myself together, I'm not even finna finish this wine though. I'll leave a little bit of calories in that glass. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you have fun commenting along, and don't forget to support Smart Brown Girl. The Christmas season is coming up. Get your, where's my other Smart Brown Girl pillow? You get you one too. Get you a t-shirt. Oh, we're adding some new sweatshirt designs to the store too. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Deuces!